is Felicia. I'll be interviewing you for the Student Communications Coordinator.
Hi, it's very nice to meet you, Felicia. My name is Marissa Perez, and I'm a PR student, and I'm very interested in this position.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So I'm a sophomore now at BYU. I had a very slow going my freshman year. I wasn't really into any of the clubs or any of the sports because I was so focused on getting good grades and exercising because I was afraid of the freshman 15, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to do good in college because everybody had told me in the past that um, that college was different, that college was not anything like high school, and that I wouldn't succeed. So I really put my nose to the grind and only focused on those two things. And I felt really disappointed with my freshman year. And so that's why I'm really excited for the opportunity to interview for this, because I really feel like I can help make a change in how freshmen have their first year experiences.
That's awesome. I absolutely love that. How about you tell me a little bit about your strengths?
Okay, I feel like one of my biggest strengths is my self-motivation, my self-reliance. So when I don't know something, like for example, in my current work, I was asked to make a brochure in Adobe Illustrator, and I had just barely learned how to use Adobe InDesign, and I had no idea what to do. And so I looked it up, I researched, and I went home and practiced on my own until I felt confident in my abilities. And I just finally printed off the proof for my brochure for my boss, and she loves it, and it's going to print.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. That's really great. I love that strength. How about you tell me about one of your weaknesses?
My biggest weakness is I really need feedback from my superiors. I sometimes feel like I get stuck if I don't know if I'm at the level that my bosses want me. And I love being pushed to grow and develop more. And with that feedback, that's how I get it. And so when I'm don't get as much feedback from my superiors, I kind of feel like I'm being neglected, and I really have a hard time with that.
Yeah. Well, feedback is a great tool to use.
Yeah.
So how about you tell me about a time where you had a conflict with a customer or a coworker and you had to resolve that?
Okay, so I had a problem with one of my coworkers. They were very, they were very, let's get all these things done, but they didn't put themselves into any of the activities. So they would have us do all the work, and they delegated everything and took the position of a leader without actually doing any of the work. So one day after our team meeting, I took him aside and said, hey, look, we've divvied up all of these responsibilities, but your name isn't on any of these. This girl has 3 of the responsibilities, and all the rest of us have 2. Take on this one and show us that you're willing to help out and be part of this team, so that we can thrive together. And he took that and he worked on that assignment, and by the end of our internship, he was part of the team, and none of us had harsh feelings toward him because he didn't do any of the work.
That's a great way to resolve everything. You really took charge and you were able to take that role as leader. How about you tell me about a time where you were having a crisis and you had to resolve that?
Okay, so back in April, we're having graduation, and I was in charge of putting together this graduation commencement party, and it was huge, and we had gotten about 800 RSVPs, so we planned for 950 people to show up. However, when that day came, 1,200 people showed up.
Yeah.
So way more than we were expecting. And so we were really struggling because we weren't sure if we had enough food. And at the same time, when our delivery person got there, our caterer got there, he had misinterpreted my emails wrong. He interpreted that instead of getting meatballs, I wanted spinach dip. However, I wanted both. And so we didn't communicate that well enough. So what we did was I told him, I was like, how fast can you make me the meatballs? And so he went and he started on meatballs so that we'd have it by the time the event was like halfway through. We were able to bring out that little thing. And at that same time, I quickly ran to the store and I got extra food, extra hors d'oeuvres, so that it would satisfy the beginning part of our graduates and their family before we got to before the meatballs were there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I love talking to you, and I'll let you know in a few days our decision. Do you have any questions for me?
I guess one of the questions is like, am I gonna be like on a team? Like, would I be on a team if I was on that? Like,
oh, of course. We have quite a few members on it. You'll be working as a team. You won't be doing everything by yourself. It's all a big team effort.
Okay, that's really exciting. I really thrive in team situations.
That's awesome. It'll be perfect for it.
Okay.
I'll let you know our decision in a few days.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.